to another segment of Tucson Unfiltered, real women, real talk, real shit. And I gotta tell you, there's so many things I love about Tucson. First of all, today it's just beautiful after the rainfall we've had. It's always fun to be here when it rains and the weather. It's just so beautiful right now. We're getting into fall. I never tire of the mountains or the sunsets. They're absolutely gorgeous. But the other thing I really love about being in Tucson for the last 20 years are the people and the community. The community, you know, it's funny. I said this to other people. I say this all the time. Tucson is like a small, big town. We are a big town, but we are very much a small town that we really come together to help out great causes. And I'm talking to Dan Gregory right now, who's with the Southern Arizona Children's Advocacy Center.
Right.
And I want to tell you, there's so many great nonprofits here in town that do so much great work. And I wanted to highlight one of the great organizations. So Dan, why don't you tell us a little bit? I learned a little bit more about what you guys do, and it's really incredible.
Well, the Children's Advocacy Center has been around for 25 years, and it provides a safe, compassionate, healing environment for kids who've been a victim of crime or a witness to a crime. We will see about 1,400 children every year who've been victims of child abuse, all under 18, that will come in to have an investigation, an interview, a medical exam if that's needed, and then they'll see our advocates who can help them with clothing, school uniforms, snacks. We want to give kids whatever they need.
It was interesting. I went to their facility yesterday, took a little bit of a tour, and when you were telling me things, it reminded me, I think it was back in March, that I was on a trial, and it was a sexual abuse trial with two sisters, and it was their dad, and so I learned a lot about what they have to go through, and I believe the law enforcement talked about that they used you guys because you're partners with them, and it's kind of like one stop, so you don't have to the kid doesn't have to go through all this stuff. They've already suffered so much.
Exactly. Before Children's Advocacy Centers existed, if a child was abused, they would have to tell that story probably to whoever they told. Then a doctor in a hospital, a police officer, a detective, a nurse, a social worker, a child protective service worker, and each time that child gets re-traumatized, reliving that story, telling over and over again. And this way, the child only really has to tell that story one time. And it's observed by all those players and law enforcement. It's recorded so they can refer back to it, and that child doesn't have to relive it, telling the story over and over again.
Wow. And the other thing I was fascinated by, and I think it's really cool, is you guys not only do you help with them getting through all of that, but you help them afterwards because they'll need counseling. What if it turns out like it wasn't the case that I was on, but it was the dad, and what if he was the bread maker, and about how do they move forward? You guys help them with that as well.
Exactly. We can give families referrals to help with rental assistance or food assistance. They can come in and see our advocates whenever they need help. A lot of times families still are coming in 6 months later. We have crisis intervention services. We have great partnerships with the Community Crisis Response Center that's right across the street from us. So we're definitely a resource to families with children who've been victimized.
Wow, now this is a great organization and they definitely need your help. So there's many ways you guys can help. Of course, you can make donations online, you said, right?
Make donations online, drop off donations, all the stuff that we directly hand to kids, like the school uniforms, clothes, diapers, snacks, toys, books, all those things we rely on donations for.
And there's also a really cool event coming up today, all day today. In fact, hold on, let me get a drink here. Make me. So this, you can't read it, Bucks for Kids, and this is Dutch Brothers. This is the first time I have been to Dutch Brothers before. You see, well, look what I got. Tell us about what's going on with Dutch Brothers today on Friday the 28th, is it?
Friday the 27th.
27th, I'm off a day.
Dutch Brothers nationally has a program called Buck for Kids Day.
Okay.
And in communities, the Dutch Brothers owner-operators choose an organization to support, and on Buck for Kids Day, $1 from every drink they sell gets donated to that organization. And we are so privileged and honored to have been chosen by the operators here in Tucson that they're going to give $1 for every drink to the Children's Advocacy Center this Friday. It's amazing. You don't have to bring a flyer like a lot of times.
Right.
These are things you do. You don't have to mention the organization.
Okay,
It is strictly $1 for every drink sold.
Wow, that's amazing. So if you have any excuse to go get coffee or get a drink from Dutch Brothers, today is the day to do it. They have 4 locations, right?
4 locations here. We're at the Wilmot and Broadway one.
Yes.
There's one at about 9550 East Golf Links.
Okay.
Way out in Vale at 10105 East Vale, Old Vale Road. And then the one up on Cortero Farms Road at about 5,000 something West Cortero Farms Road.
Wow. So I encourage you, maybe on your lunch break, maybe get some coworkers. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get some friends of mine to go get some more coffee later today. I'm going to be wired all day.
Mm-hmm.
So again, make sure you stop by any of the 4 Dutch Brothers coffee locations. There's people all the time in the drive-thru. It's really easy to get in and out of here, get coffee, and $1 for every
$1 from every
it's
drink they
amazing.
sell.
So now, and if people want to get more information about the Southern Arizona Children's Advocacy Center, where
You can go to our website, which is SACA Center, SACA Center.org.
Okay.
Or look for us on Facebook and like our Facebook page. There's always updates there.
Awesome. It's another great organization doing great things for our community. Thank you, Dan Gregory.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming out and supporting this great organization. Remember, get coffee at Dutch Brothers Coffee. You can see the little
Buck
sign
for
right
kids.
there. Buck for kids. Thanks for watching Tucson Unfiltered. Real women, real talk, real shit. I'm Leslie Lois. Bye.